as the race for the White House is intensifying, the answer to the question, who will become the next president of the United States, remains to be seen. But today, we will focus on the influence of tech giants in US politics. More importantly, we're diving into the hot topic. Is Elon Musk meddling in the US election? With his high profile and influential platforms, Musk's actions and statements often make headlines. But is there more to this? Let's find out. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, is known for his groundbreaking work in technology and for sometimes his controversial statements. With millions of followers and a voice that reaches far beyond the tech community, Musk's impact on public discourse is undeniable. From advocating for Mars colonization to commenting on global issues, Musk's public statements often spark intense debates. And recently, his tweets and public comments about US elections have raised questions about whether he's crossing a line into political meddling or not. But Musk has established deep connections in the US politics. So now I'm going to go across to Rohit. So Rohit, how deep are these connections? As we very well know that he's the richest man on this planet. But is he influential enough to meddle in this election?
Well, Ishita, Trump and Musk have a very interesting relationship right now. But past few years, we've seen Musk talk about, election integrity and voter fraud. And he's been engaged, in some way, shape or form with US politics. The fact that he purchased Twitter and made it a public square, as he calls them, it was also to ensure that he's politically engaged in this process. And his tweets, especially when it talks about election fraud and voter fraud, I mean, these are the things that have been talked in public domain for some time. It's got attention of some of his supporters and his critics, and has had kind of a mixed reaction from both. Now, but then again, I think it is to influence public opinion. And I think a lot of people would agree with me when I say that. And others just say that, he's just somebody who's trying to explain or express his own views. So that's where this gets a little tricky and interesting. Moreover, some say that the billionaire is leveraging excess power as a source of real-time news for millions of users. Now, to try to sway the outcome of the presidential election in favor of former President Donald Trump. Now, Musk has also and has warned, of the country's impending doom if a red wave does not materialize in November. And he has also shifted to more direct campaigning for the former President Donald Trump. He has hosted Trump for a friendly 2+ hour live stream conversation on Twitter or X, and it's very unusual move for one of the world's richest men and the leader of a mainstream social network. Like, for Elon Musk and his comments, they can definitely have an influence on public discourse. If you see, Musk's influence is amplified by his large social media following, and his statements can sway public opinion or amplify certain narratives. Moreover, if you see, legally, there are boundaries regarding political contribution and campaign support, but public commentary by influential figures falls into a very, very, very gray area. Now, the Federal Election Commission regulates campaign finance, but social media influence is a newer challenge for regulatory bodies. There is a fine line between free speech and what we could say is unlawful interference. Now, look, Musk and what he has said, it may not be illegal, right? I mean, they do raise some sort of ethical questions about, how well they can influence, and they have been influencing elections in the US for a long, long time. But as far as his role is concerned, I mean, is he meddling in the US elections? Well, that answer cannot be straightforward. While his influence at this point in time is definitely very significant, and the comments can sway public opinion one way or the other, but there's definitely a difference between influence and meddling.